Shocker head coach Gregg Marshall joins us. You mentioned on one of these recent post-game interviews you would rather win 18-14 than 95-90 or whatever, and it was more that type of game tonight, although certainly you struggled a little bit offensively. The defense looked more like typical Shocker defense.
Yeah, I tell you, they had a great game plan. You got to give some credit to the Florida Gulf Coast and Joe Dooley and his staff. I thought, they had not been defending, and they hold us to 75, well below our average. But they're averaging 82, so we held them 17 under their game, normal game. So it was a game tonight that was just a grinded out game. We got the big lead. I probably went too deep in my bench, so that's on me. And I don't know. We relaxed. And we did some of the most knucklehead things tonight that I've ever seen my teams do, and we did it multiple times. We saved the ball in and gave it to them at least 2 or 3 times, which we tell them, eat the ball or throw it in the backcourt if you don't have anybody to throw it to. And I guess they thought they had a teammate, but never did we come up with it. It seemed we just didn't come up with a ball right around the basket when it was loose. They would miss a shot and they would get another rebound. We ended up winning the glass by 4, but man, it took everything that we had, and what I'm pleased with is how we executed down the stretch. The big basket, Landry finding Connor in the corner after running the clock, that was huge. And then we made our free throws, and we didn't turn it over against their pressure. But great basketball game. I hope it played well on television and the CBS Sports Network people here. Landry was awesome, 8 for 12. 5 assists and 23 points, 4 for 4 from the line, 3 for 6 from 3, and we just had too many turnovers in the first half. Richard and Austin, just way too many turnovers. We had, I think, 10 or 12 at halftime.
It's good to see Marcus McDuffie come back. He
yeah.
played hard. He didn't look like he'd been out really that much.
No, except for that one shot that he took. It looked like he had never played the game before. And just to see him smiling, that's what I'm happy with. He felt a part again, because he's got such a great spirit about him, and this has really been getting him down. So now he was supposed to play 8 to 10 minutes. He played 9, so we can he's got to work out now over the holidays, get in better shape, and he then has to come back, and we can extend that in the practices coming up, and hopefully in the game against UConn on the 30th.
Landry Shamet, always efficient. You had mentioned that he scored 23 points. It took him only 12 shots to do that. You look at Brandon Goodwin, who's a very good player. He scores 20, but it took him 21 shots, 9 more shots than Landry did to score 3 points less.
Yeah, Goodwin did not shoot the ball particularly well tonight from 3, 1 for 6, but Zach Johnson did. I mean, he's the guy that got him back in the game in the first half, and he was the recipient of some of those knucklehead passes that we were making. We threw some outlet passes away. We missed dunks, we missed layups. One time Shaq missed a layup, and then Richard was by himself on the follow-up and missed it. Daryl Willis had a beautiful move on the baseline, tried to dunk the ball and got hung right on the edge of the rim. But Daryl did have 15 points and 13 rebounds in 30 minutes, which is a lot of minutes for him.
Important game for Samaje. He's been coming back from the stomach thing. Of course, had a big dynamite game the other night, but it seemed like a good follow-up, kind of solid game for him tonight.
Yeah, he was good. He made that one crazy pass late, tried to go through the defense, but man, he's so quick to the basket. I wish he'd have taken one 3-pointer right here in the first half. Instead, he passed on it and then dribbled in and took a contested jumper or floater or whatever it was, but he was wide open on the 3, and I know he shoots it well, so just got to keep getting him minutes and get a better feel for the game, and he's really a nice piece for us, and so glad he's in our program.
In the last half dozen games when the Eagles lose, they lose it because of a free throw disparity, and there was a huge free throw disparity tonight. Your team went to the free throw line 26 times, shot an amazing 84.6%.
Well, good. I didn't realize that, but we did shoot the ball very well, and we got to the line. We were in the bonus very early in the first half. Didn't really capitalize on it like we should have, but the same thing in the second half. When we had an opportunity to go to the line, by and large, we buried those free throws, and Shaq missed 1, and Kelly missed 2, and McDuffie missed 1. Other than that, everybody made them all.
I believe you set a tone today, did you not, that you know, we've got this opportunity coming up to enjoy Christmas and so forth. We've got some time, but you certainly don't want to go home with a bad taste in your mouth. Let's do what we need to do and get a win to go home with.
Oh, I think for sure. I mean, that was the message, and we had a great start, up 13, and then that lulled at the end of the first half and beginning of the second half. You know, Florida Gulf Coast just outplayed us. They were the smarter team, but in the end, they look like the team that goes to the NCAA tournament and gives people fits. That's what they look like tonight. And again, maybe that's us bringing that out in people, or us just not playing well. But I'm glad that the non-conference is over this year. I really am. It's been brutal. It's been great basketball teams coming in here or wherever we on the road, neutral courts. We played the best non-conference schedule in my tenure. I think it'll prove to be one of the best in the country by the end of the year, and we're 10-2. And with one possession, it's 11-1.
What better to prepare you going into a tough conference?
Absolutely, absolutely. We should be hardened, and there's very little runaway ball games. I can't remember the last one. So, but we intentionally did that, and we were tested. But in this particular case, we bent but did not break.
And now get a chance to play with a full deck from here on out.
Yeah, we'll see. We got to keep these guys healthy. These migraines has come on for two of those guys, so they've got to take their medicine that prevents it, and then hopefully we can. Marcus feels good, and Brown played without the brace tonight. He looked much quicker, faster. So. Hopefully we can keep them all healthy.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you so much.
Gregg Marshall joining us.